Today, we're going to think about adult learning theory and group coaching. So, what makes coaching such an incredible vehicle for growth? Well, if we were in person, I would love to see everyone jumping in with a ton of answers. But for now, I'll give you some of mine. I think one of the main points is that coaching is self-directed. It follows the client's thought process. Coaching values the person's experience, their values, their belief system. Coaching is relevant to what's happening in the person's life today. And coaching is solutions focused. It provides a springboard for action. I probably could keep going, but I chose the responses that I just gave because they are precisely related to andragogy, an adult learning theory developed by Malcolm Knowles in 1968. I know, that was a long time ago. But these responses also align with adult learning principles, emphasizing the unique needs and approaches required for effective adult education. We're going to explore how each of these principles translates into group coaching. Principle 1. Adults learn better from experience, even if they make mistakes. In group coaching, we can constantly ask participants to refer to their previous experiences and what they've learned from them. This approach is a core element of adult learning principles. For example, you might ask group members to reflect on previous experiences when creating agreements. You might ask group members to turn their experience into questions for others so that they're not giving advice. You might ask group members to think about an experience that brought up a certain behavior or emotion. So in order to support growth in our adult group members, we must consistently ask them to reflect on previous experiences, and we must validate those. Let's look at principle number 2. Adults favor a pragmatic approach that can be used to solve a specific problem. Adults have a reason for joining a program, be it training or coaching. They're usually seeking an outcome, and they've picked the learning experience intentionally. In group coaching, we help them create insights and solutions that are personalized. This pragmatic approach is a key aspect of adult learning principles. Let's look at some examples. You might ask throughout the session what each person is learning about themselves, or you might challenge each person to create actions throughout the session. You might have some laser peer coaching sessions aimed to help each member really dig into what might be helpful to them. So really everything is pragmatic and focused on their own specific challenge. Principle number 3. Adults are more interested in learning things that have immediate relevance. So in group coaching, we're always in the moment. While perhaps we do refer to previous experiences, it's always in the interest of moving from A to B and to supporting growth around something that they are currently experiencing. The immediate relevance is emphasized in adult learning principles. For example, you might ask each person to choose an intention for themselves at the start of the session. You might encourage group members to define an area that they would like coaching on during the session. Or you might refer to the group's common context and ask what exactly they would like to explore, what challenge they would like to focus on. Let's look at principle 4. Adults need to be involved in the planning and evaluation of their instruction. With group coaching, the agenda belongs to the client. That is, the group, just as it does in one-on-one coaching, belong to the person you're coaching. This involvement in planning and evaluation is central to adult learning principles. For example, you might co-create a list of themes to be explored with the group. Or together with the group, you might decide how to approach each session. For example, would they prefer to have breakouts? Would they want to stay in the full session for this one? You might guide the group members to create their own goals and actions. So each time you're involving them in the process. What I wanted to do in this video is really highlight the importance of agency and self-direction in adult learning and therefore in group coaching. So the next time you're asking yourself whether you're performing or sharing good value or simply being a great coach, ask yourself whether you're giving each group member agency and letting them guide the experience instead. Have fun!